So I go here. I prepared the URL for uploading the file, so I can just go and upload it. And if I upload it now, I may get sometime an error. So let me do that. And basically, what you see here is that it says your session has expired. And what happened is I went to that page a while ago, and after a couple minutes, the session expires. And basically, if that happens to you, you just have to reload the page. You have to reselect the file, and you just upload the file. And now the code generation has started. I can see that on our cloud server on a separate console. It takes about 10 to 15 seconds for this particular file. So in that case, it took 10 seconds. As you can see, there's a link displayed here, and what you want to do is just click on it, and you can decide to open this particular archive. It's been unarchived. So now let's go to the download directory. It's right here. Let's copy that file. And let's go to our kitchen sink directory and put it there. So what you can see here is, there's a number of directories, and there's pretty much all the Objective-C files that were generated that needs to be added to a project. So let's go to Xcode, and let's create a new project. So I chose an iOS project, an iOS application. And you want to always choose a view-based application. We want to keep it simple. There's no need for any other type of project with Canappi. And you click Next, and here you absolutely want to make sure that the name that you use in the main element, here it's called Kitchen Sink, so I'm going to copy it, is the name of the project. So that's what I put here. I choose the directory. That's a perfect directory for the project. And now, what you want to do is you want to go back here, and you want to, it's a little bit tedious, but there's not a lot of options there. So I'm just going to copy those files. You want to be careful not to copy the English.lproj directory. So I'm going to copy those files, and I'm going to copy them directly into the project directory. So I'm going to replace all the files. That's very important. They've been generated to exactly replace them. Now I'm going to go to the English.lproj project, and I'm going to do the same. So I'm taking the generated files, the English.lproj project, and I am going to copy them. And same thing here, you absolutely want to replace all of them. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to bring all the images that correspond to the different controls. So I'm just going to remove the ones I don't need. And I'm going to bring them into the English.lproj directory. So I go here, and I copy those images. Now we're all set, or almost. We just go back here, and we say Add Files. So we control-click on the group, and we say Add Files to the Kitchen Sink project. So we want to go back to the directory where we copied everything. And as you can see, there's some gray files already in the project and some files in black. And what you want to do is you want to select all of them. Make sure you don't add the English.lproj directory. I wish they would actually put it in a separate directory, but and I often like to make sure you use copy. Of course, here they are already in the directory, so nothing is going to happen. But personally, I like to make sure that this flag is always set. All right. So if I compile now, I'm going to get a number of errors. The errors are related to the lack of libraries. So I'm just going to show you. Compilation happens. It's just a number of small number of warnings for each class. And now it's linking, and as you can see, when there is a linking problem, this is the kind of error that you get. I just want to open it so that you can see. Like for instance here, it's complaining that it can't find the map kit. Of course, we use maps in the demo, so I'm going to show you how to add a library. You come to this folder, you click on the kitchen sink project, and you go to build phases. And here, you click on link binary with libraries, and you just add libraries. So here we need to add the map kit library. And we need to also add the media player because we're going to play a short movie, and there is the core media. Oops. Let's see if it compiles. I may have forgotten one or two libraries, so all right. Well, we're lucky. The build succeeded. Let me stop this. It's going to my phone. It won't be helpful to see anything. So let's go to the simulator. There we go. And the application should start with a splash screen. And here is our menus. So at the bottom you see the main menu, and at the top you see our table menu with the different capabilities of the application. So, you know, we can do gradient buttons and scroll views and whatnot. We have a number of standard buttons that come with, and those are custom, of course. We can do different fonts with different alignment. We support controls that scrolls like a text. So as you can see, this text is particular. Oops. This is the tricky part. It's a little bit harder to do on the simulator than to do by hand, but as you can see, I can scroll back and forth in that particular control. I'm not sure it's used that often, but it's always important to have it. We can do a number of images. Here we are able to control, you know, the rounded corner of the images, add a border. which were not part of the initial image. We have a number of labels and whatnot. Interesting controls are the maps. That's the region of Bellevue. We have the different types of maps, and you'll be able to see them. Interestingly enough, we have a player, so I'm going to start playing a short video. That's somebody walking out the LEM module on the moon sometime around 40 years ago. So we're going to stop. We have a number of pickers. So we're implementing the picker control in the dead picker. So we implement it as a button with a pop-up window. That's the standard picker in Canappi. The same thing happens with the date. And we can set up a date. We have also implemented the checkbox control and the radio buttons. So all those come standard with Canappi. Oh, by the way, the icons, can be set up as needed. I mean, this is just some basic graphic files here. We supported, the slider and the on-off switch, and this is the table I was talking about. And as you can see, this table has some data that's coming directly from the data source. The picture is actually coming from the web. There's actually a URL where the picture is stored, and this is what you see here coming back. Here are the text controls. We support the different numeric keyboards. A little trick is we have to add a button on the navigation bar, because there is no exit button on the numeric keyboards of the iPhone. I'm not quite sure why, but the user will just press done, and it will be done. For the text keyboards, there is no need for the done button, so that's why it's not there. And we can type a number of things. So another numeric keyboard, and the dot button is right here. Same thing for the phone, and again, there's the done button. And the other type of keyboards are available as well. We have a browser control where we can display a rich text document, string, images, and whatnot. It's basically pure HTML. And we can also display a URL. So here, it's embedded in the application. We didn't open the phone browser to do that. It's a web page basically embedded in the application. And the last one is the standard actions. So we talked about it earlier when we presented the MDSL file. Unfortunately, if I press send email, and that's why there's a little note up here, nothing will happen, because in the simulator it doesn't work. It does work on my phone, and you have to trust my word for it, but on the simulator it doesn't work. Same thing for phone a friend, that's more understandable. You would think the browser would work, However, navigating back to a view is something that's supported. And that's it. You've seen the Canappi kitchen sink. I hope you can build great applications with it. It's a very easy to learn language. As you can see, we've been able to compile it without any problem. This is about 500 lines of mdsl, and that has generated over 125 files that are part of this project, and over 10,000 lines of code. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to contact us.